Ubisoft achieved something impressive. It released a remake people liked, and made the launch feel like a checkout screen. Resynced reached nearly 100,000 simultaneous Steam players, earned strong critic scores, and became an argument about roughly $85 of launch extras. Contradiction drives the story. Here stands a pirate game, rebuilt with better combat, smoother movement, improved naval battles, richer weather, lighting, and new material around characters such as Blackbeard and Steed Bonnet. Yet, before many players had finished their first voyage, Ubisoft had already placed 9 separate purchases beside the standard and deluxe editions. Today we are answering one question: did microtransactions ruin Black Flag Resynced, or did they merely make a good remake feel cheaper, greedier, and harder to celebrate? First, look at the bill. Steam lists the standard edition at $59.99. By comparison, the deluxe edition costs $69.99. Beside both versions sit 8 character or naval packs priced at $9.99 each, plus a map pack priced at $4.99. Altogether, those 9 add-ons total roughly $84.91. Technically, these products are downloadable content packs rather than endlessly repeatable premium currency purchases. Practically, that distinction changes very little for the buyer staring at a full-price game surrounded by smaller payments. Whether someone calls them microtransactions, Day 1 DLC, optional add-ons, or corporate barnacles, the system serves the same purpose: keep selling after the customer has already paid. Crucially, this is not a traditional expansion offering a new campaign months later. Fundamentally, Ubisoft built a launch day monetization package from costumes, weapons, ship decorations, perks, paid convenience advertising, and recurring rewards. Before outrage becomes fiction, one correction matters. Available evidence does not show Ubisoft removing essential campaign chapters, required islands, or major story missions from the standard edition. Nothing suggests players must buy extra content to finish Edward Kenway's journey. Accuracy matters because exaggerated claims give Ubisoft an easy way to dismiss legitimate criticism. For viewers, that difference matters because the real scandal is not missing content, it is how aggressively Ubisoft already monetized content beside a complete game. Despite that, the storefront remains ridiculous without inventing anything. Master Assassin includes 1 character pack and 1 matching naval pack. Hellfire repeats that structure with fiery equipment and another decorated ship set. Sea Serpent offers another character bundle and another naval bundle. Dragonstorm completes the 4 themes with more gear for Edward and more decoration for the Jackdaw. Finally, the map pack sells a special spyglass that reveals Mayan Stela, shanties, treasure maps, letters, special chests, and animus keys across the world map. Deluxe buyers receive only the 2 Master Assassin packs. Anyone paying $70 can therefore open the store and discover 7 additional products outside the supposed premium package. Traditionally, Deluxe suggests that the customer is buying something close to the complete version. Apparently, Ubisoft now uses it to mean the checkout has started, not finished. Imagine purchasing the expensive edition on launch day and immediately being shown another $75 of items. Clearly that is not premium value. Rather, it is a receipt wearing a fancy hat. Most importantly, the outrage does not come from one costume. Combined, the pile includes a $60 base game, a $70 deluxe edition, 9 launch add-ons, unique perks, a paid map, promotions, and weekly systems. Companies do not design, price, test, place, advertise, and maintain this machinery while hoping everyone ignores it. Especially important is the paid map, because it cannot be dismissed as harmless decoration. Exploration defines Black Flag through sailing, searching, climbing, and discovering rewards across the Caribbean. Directly afterward, Ubisoft sells a tool that instantly marks rare collectible locations. Defenders can reasonably argue that busy players may prefer spending $5 instead of checking every island or opening an online guide. Still, selling the shortcut creates an obvious conflict of interest. Even without proof that exploration was deliberately made worse, the publisher now profits when players find exploration inconvenient. Consequently, customers must trust the same company creating the friction and selling relief. Calling the map cosmetic is therefore false. Similarly, the character packs are not described as visual changes alone. Official store descriptions advertise equipment and trinkets with unique perks. Admittedly, those perks may be limited, and nothing proves they destroy balance or create pay-to-win nonsense. Nevertheless, perks touch gameplay. Once money buys an advantage, however small, everything is cosmetic stops being accurate. Ubisoft's strongest response is still worth hearing fairly. Responding directly, Ubisoft told negative Steam reviewers that the standard edition includes the complete story, every mission, every island, and the full world. Broadly, that claim appears valid. Purchasers can finish the campaign without flaming armor, glowing sails, a ship pet, or the collectible map. Weekly reward tracks are also free rather than paid premium passes. Nobody is physically forced to purchase anything after buying the game. Unfortunately, optional has become corporate language for something designed, promoted, displayed, and repeatedly placed in front of customers. PC Gamer reported that the store appears on the main menu, promotions appear when the game is paused, and reaching the shop can take fewer inputs than saving progress. Users also complained about tutorials or menu panels directing attention toward purchases and other Assassin's Creed products. Those user reports should not be presented as identical behavior for every player. Nonetheless, the wider design intention is obvious. You are supposed to hunt Templars while the interface hunts your wallet. Optional apparently means you may ignore the store after navigating around the places Ubisoft chose to advertise it. After the pause menu becomes retail space, just ignore it stops answering the criticism. Microtransaction outrage rarely begins with one $10 skin. Usually anger grows when menus progression, rewards, convenience, and presentation start bending around a shop. Animus projects strengthen that concern. Functionally, these free tracks use anomaly challenges, data fragments, project progression, Animus keys, and an exchange shop. Connor's outfit can be purchased through that exchange, while other rewards appear across rotating or periodically refreshed activities. Importantly, the system itself is not a paid battle pass. Rewards are earned through play, so calling the whole feature premium would be inaccurate. Why mention it in a monetization breakdown then? Because free engagement systems train players to return to the same currencies, menus, reward loops, and store-like interfaces surrounding the paid content. Although free, the track normalizes a live service structure inside a story-focused remake. Originally, Black Flag tied many rewards to exploration, contracts, crafting, treasure hunts, progress, and completion. Now Resynced adds rotating tasks, keys, project levels, refresh timers, and another exchange menu. Some players will enjoy having fresh objectives. Others would rather find pirate rewards in the Caribbean than report for weekly attendance. Somehow, preserving a 13-year-old classic now involves giving Connor's coat office hours. Chronology makes the backlash easier to understand. Opening day brought strong demand, and a peak near 100,000 simultaneous Steam players. Next, buyers encountered the 9 DLC listings, visible shop, paid convenience, unique perk language, and weekly systems. Soon the Steam response dropped into mostly negative territory as monetization complaints mixed with frustration over de novo, Ubisoft accounts, activation limits, bugs, and performance reports. Subsequently, Ubisoft answered negative reviews by insisting that the core game was complete and every extra purchase remained optional. Later, more players entered, the rating recovered, and SteamDB's broader aggregate moved into mixed territory. Different language filters or recent review windows may show more positive results, so frozen launch headlines can become outdated quickly. Currently, SteamDB still shows a divided audience rather than universal rejection. This sequence proves two things at once. Public outrage was real. Commercial success was real too. One side argues that selling roughly $85 of extras beside a full-price remake is shameless. Another side says the campaign remains complete, most packs are unnecessary, and angry users are reviewing Ubisoft rather than Black Flag. Somebody reviews a long pirate adventure after 42 minutes. Elsewhere, somebody defends a multinational publisher as though cosmetic revenue pays for emergency medicine. Both groups can behave foolishly while the central evidence remains unchanged. Quality appears strong. Excess appears obvious. Neither fact cancels the other. Behind the argument sits a real business question. Modern remakes still require salaries, technology, outsourcing, marketing, platform fees, testing, support, and post-launch fixes. Publishers therefore want more revenue than one initial sale can provide. Nostalgia also reduces creative risk because the name, characters, setting, audience, and emotional attachment already exist. Financially, Ubisoft's desire to earn more money is understandable. No public development cost figure proves this remake required 9 separate launch add-ons. Corporate survival explains why executives want additional income. Survival does not prove every full-price single-player game needs an airport shopping terminal. Furthermore, Ubisoft chose a proven hit, charged full price, offered a more expensive edition, and added the storefront before ordinary sales had any chance to disappoint. Such timing weakens the claim that these purchases were emergency measures. Plainly, monetization was part of the plan. Notably, Microtransactions did not arrive after a struggling launch. Simultaneously, they arrived with the game. Other complaints such as de novo, the required Ubisoft account, and reported performance problems matter mainly because they added weight to the same first impression. Separately, neither issue is a microtransaction. Cumulatively, those burdens made the release feel like another heavily managed Ubisoft product. Actual harm must be described accurately. Certainly, these add-ons did not erase the campaign, nor did they prevent nearly 100,000 Steam users from playing at once. Critics still gave the remake favorable scores. Gameplay improvements, naval systems, visuals, characters, and the world remained intact. As a result, monetization damaged value trust, Steam sentiment, launch coverage, and discussion around the remake. Reputationally, that is failure without being proof of a failed game. Inevitably, Ubisoft made its storefront the loudest supporting character. Fans were ready to discuss pirates, combat, weather, exploration, and the rebuilt Caribbean. Management handed them a calculator. Ultimately, the promised answer is clear. Microtransactions did not ruin Black Flag Resynced as a playable game. Effectively, they made a strong remake feel cheaper than its quality deserved. Backlash became exaggerated whenever people claimed Ubisoft removed the complete campaign or locked essential story content behind payments. Criticism remained justified whenever people pointed toward $85 of launch extras, weak deluxe value, unique perks, a paid exploration shortcut, visible advertising, and live service-style reward loops. Success does not erase those choices. Equally, outrage does not erase the game's quality. Decisively, Black Flag Resynced succeeded despite its monetization, not because the storefront improved anything. Overall, Ubisoft won players, lost the conversation, and turned victory into another fight over optional content. Conclusively, the company did not ruin Black Flag with microtransactions. Therefore, microtransactions made a good remake feel greedier, less complete, and harder to celebrate.